It's by Judge Napolitano. He's really good at telling people how stupid they are. I read another book by him that was called A Nation of Sheep that showed how people go along with whatever the government tells them that's true, and this one is kind of about how people go with whatever the government tells them that's wrong. And he has a list of, I think there's 25 lies that the government told you. And some of them are ones that everybody knows about pretty much. And some of them are some that you don't think about. And there are a couple in here that I think a lot of people would agree with. Like, most people would be okay with people watching really bad movies in their home, and the movie theater is still okay with it. But he was talking about somewhere where they were showing bad movies at a drive-in, and there were some issues with that because it's in a public area and sitting with other people, and there's some issues with that. So the first lie was all men are created equal, and that's what we believe. But the government would say that, and then they would allow slavery, talk about how some of the founding fathers had slaves and how that was a complete lie by the government. The second lie was all men are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights. I don't remember specifically what examples he gives. Oh, that's right. It's one of the examples he gives is an older lady who the city decides they need a bunch of land for a city project or to build something, and they decide to take all of that land, and her property is part of it. And I don't remember why they took it. It was some big important thing that the city had decided on, and I think they had voted on, and they decided that they wanted it taken down, but some of the people who lived there didn't want it to be taken down, obviously. The third lie was judges are like umpires. I don't really remember that one, so I don't remember that one very well. Lie number 4 is every vote counts, and I know my mom's kind of talked about this a little bit. How every vote doesn't really count after you reach a certain number or a certain point not in alignment, but once you reach a certain point in what's the word I want? In accordance, I guess, to everybody else, then all the rest of the votes kind of are wasted. If that makes any sense.
You mean the minority vote didn't prevail, so they were wasted?
Yeah, kind of. Or how so let's say, even if it was the majority, after they counted up all the votes, after they know that they have won, all the rest of their votes were kind of disregarded in another state where it was almost even. So if there were only 2 states instead of 50, and one was even and one was by a lot, then
it's kind of the way our elections have gone, where the media tells you what the votes are before they're even done. You know, if these certain states in the very beginning do this, it's all over with. We know who's won, and who cares what these last states in the West do.
right.
And it changes elections,
Yeah.
because those people in
People
the
don't
West
go.
states don't go to vote because they figure the
It's already
election's
over.
already.
And by doing that, they make sure it is already because they don't make a difference.
Exactly. The fifth lie was Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech. And at first you look at that and you kind of think, well, they don't have made any laws where you can't say anything. But there are certain parts, like during wars, when you aren't allowed to make certain phone calls, talking to other people, or just stuff like that some people don't realize that your freedom of speech was infringed on.
Well, and discrimination. They've limited freedom of speech a lot.
Isn't the fact that they won't let people pray in schools, I mean, isn't that a limitation of speech?
Right. Just other smaller things that some people don't see, but other people who are paying attention, they realize.
And religion and speech are both in the same Bill of Rights, and they're both linked. So the same thing, they're limiting religion and speech and all of those things which they shouldn't do by not having prayer.
Line number 7 was your body is your temple. And that's one that everybody kind of knows about. The government says you can't have this food at this time, or you can't do this with these people, or you can't do these things unless the government says so, or you just can't do them, period. And that's against every natural law that exists.
Can't have bigger than 16-ounce cup of soap.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can't have saturated fat to live in New York, right?
Line number 8 was the Federal Reserve shall be controlled by Congress. That one's a little more complicated, and I think I'm just going to leave that one.
I didn't even hear the line. Oh,
Controlled
yeah,
by
we just,
Congress.
It's not controlled by
Yeah,
any
exactly.
counterbalance.
we just covered that, right?
Paul signed up to talk to us about the Federal Reserve next month
Oh, awesome.
too, in his presentation. So we get more of that one next month, and I'm looking forward to that.
And then the next two I think are awesome. Number 9 is it's only a temporary government program.
That's the perpetual lie.
Yeah,
That's the
something that
lie.
stays around longer than something that says it will only last a little while.
That's true, because it becomes something bigger and worse within a little while, but it's
Good point.
And then number 10 is the lie is I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Usually they'll say that, and from their point of view they might be helping you, they might think they're helping you, but when you look at it from their point of view or from the bigger picture, they're usually making the problem worse. Even if they're just making that person think that the government will take care of it, or whatever that they're making them think, or they're usually making it worse in different ways. Line number 11 was we are winning the war on drugs. They talked about how in the, I don't know what it's called, the law that they passed in the 20s against alcohol.
Prohibition.
That one. Then, how it made things worse, and they talked about how they talked about how some people, the government is so strict on some of the laws that they have, and they'll reach so far just to make it seem like you have done something. And sometimes somebody, like there was a story in here, somebody was renting a car and they were stopped on the freeway, and the police officer said they smell marijuana in the car, and it shouldn't even really matter since it was a rental car, unless there was concrete evidence that it was right there in the car, but they couldn't find any, and so he was taken to jail, and stuff like that happens, and after that they are a felon or a criminal, and their only choice after that is to do drug dealing because they can't get a job anywhere else, and they have to make money, and so the government will try to make it better, and they'll actually make it a lot worse by making people feel like they have to go there, or by making them have to go there even if they don't feel like it.
By limiting their freedoms.
Yeah. Lie number 12 was everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Told one of the worst stories in this book. A 12-year-old girl was on a subway and was arrested and taken to juvie for 3 hours and held and fingerprinted and photographed and everything because she ate a French fry on the subway. And it was just extreme. Another one of those, another part from your body is your temple, is completely eliminated all the barriers and just decided that they were going to take over, and it just wasn't okay. But they just decided they were going to do that. And it was something so small, and it is so much. It was just kind of a dumb thing to do. Line number 13, the Constitution applies in good times and in bad times. I don't remember any of the specific ones you just
There's some great examples of that.
Oh, yeah, that's every day.
I had one that I was specifically thinking about. This is the gun laws, specifically in schools, or other laws concerning protection in areas. And for example, the wording is, the Constitution applies in good times and in bad times. In good time, you wouldn't normally have to worry about protection laws or anything like that. But when things go wrong, then the government tends to overstep boundaries and try, because they want to make the people feel they want to seem useful. Because if people think the government isn't doing anything, then they'll get rid of the government.
We don't need them.
Yeah, they'll realize that they don't need them at all, and all those people are in trouble.
Out of job.
Line number 14 is, your boys are not going to be sent into any foreign wars. Just there were some times I remember. I don't remember, I wasn't there, but I been in classes where they talked about how they would have some interesting ways randomly picking who is